There's a lot of absolutely fantastic and, well, terrible businesses available in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I try to make videos on all of them so that you guys can stay educated on what to buy and what to stay away from. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking into what I believe is the best business in Grand Theft Auto Online by far. This business has everything going for it. It has garage slots, it has an upgrade station, it has an armory, it has the ability to earn money, and not just money, passive money, stupidly good money per hour. It is just everything that you'd ever want in one property. That's what we're going to be talking about today. What is the business? Well, most of you already have it, and if you don't, I'd recommend you snag it up right now. The agency. Wow, is this such an incredible property. Even if you're a veteran watching today's video, I guarantee there might be something that you learn. And even if you don't, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video either way. With that being said, well, let's get straight into it. And we're going to start off with one of the best parts about the agency, and that is the purchase price. If we go over to Dynasty 8 Executive, you will find the agencies that are available for purchase. We have three. We have the Little Seal, we have Vespucci Canals, and then Howick, and then the one that I currently own is Rockford Hills. So we can see most agencies are fairly inexpensive. It's about $2 million. After purchasing the property, you have some art, wallpapers, highlights. These are all worthless upgrades. The only upgrades that you're really going to care about are the armory, which is $720,000, the accommodation, which is $275,000, and the vehicle workshop, which is $800,000. So in total, purchasing an agency is going to cost you around $3.8 million. You don't really need the armory, so if you do check that off, you're going to be sitting more at around $3 million. Honestly, $3 million is not that expensive for a new business, and especially one that has so many things going for it. You don't need any upgrades to earn money. You know, if you buy a bunker, not only are you going to spend like $3 million on the bunker itself, but then you have to upgrade all of the facilities inside to earn the most passive income. You don't have to do that at all with this business. So let's start off first of all with the garage. It features a 20-car garage, which we can see right here. We got 10 vehicles parked in front of me, all Imani Tech. And then if we make our way down another level, we can see another 9 vehicles here. And then you have one slot all the way in the top of your garage where you can store an additional vehicle. So it is 20 storage slots in total. Now, speaking of Imani Tech cars, that is one of the major things the agency is known for. The customization shop that you spend $800,000 on allows you to turn specific vehicles into special armored variants. We can see here we have the armor plating upgrade, which gives you the ability to survive 10 homing missiles and 4 sticky bombs. However, electric vehicles like the Ocelot Virtue and the Buffalo EVX can survive 10 sticky bombs and RPGs, which is absolutely incredible. Not only that, but these vehicles also feature semi-bulletproof glass. If we drive this vehicle outside of my agency and we very quickly aim in on it, we can see that you really can't cut through the front glass until you shoot it around 20 times with the rifle. That is super, super nice, and once again, allows these vehicles to be great. Imani Tech cars are by far one of the best things that you can get your hands on in the game. They're well armored, they're fast, they look great, and they're honestly not too expensive. There's also some super expensive Imani Tech vehicles like the Crotty GTO Stinger TT, and as well the Monstrosity, because they feature HSW upgrades. But at the end of the day, they are very, very important purchases, and something that I would recommend any player that wants to survive as long as possible gets their hands on. And that's just the garage and the customization station. Then we arrive over to our front desk. First of all, there are snacks right here, so if you ever are out of snacks, you just walk over to this, and as you can see, I can grab snacks, boom, boom, boom. Easy, now we are fully restocked. But if we walk over to the front desk, we can exit personally with any of the cars we own inside of the agency, so we don't even have to go in the garage. We can just call out any vehicle we want right here, which is super nice. And we also have 2 other things. First of all, a lot of people don't know this, but you can fast travel with the agency. Let's say I want to make my way across the map. How about to Chumash? All I need to do is select the SUV service to Chumash. Then you're going to go through a small cutscene where your character is in a Jubilee, and in a couple seconds, it's going to cut to black, and then boom, I'm now across the map at Chumash. There are many different locations that you can fast travel to. And there you go. Look at that. Now we are across the map. And the craziest part is that if you kill the driver of the Jubilee, which I've done right there, you now also have access to an armored car. This is a fully armored Imani Tech vehicle. As we can see, it features the armor paneling on the sides. The glass is semi-bulletproof. Does it have a missile lock-on jammer? I don't know if it does, because I think missile lock-on jammer vehicles do actually get locked on if nobody's in them. But point being, you have a fully upgraded Imani Tech vehicle here. I can even hear the turbo while driving the car. You get this and the ability to fast travel. So if you're a beginner, or even if you're a player that's just trying to make it across the map very quickly, you can even select the location of Ippolito Bay, and you'll be there in just a moment. Walking over to the front desk, we also have another amazing thing, and that is the helicopter tab. We can see here there is a bunch of helicopters available. Now, unfortunately, none of them are weaponized, like the office building, which you can call out a Savage or a Buzzard, but you'll notice that we have a free agency Super Valido. Anybody that purchases the agency gets this immediately. And you can imagine how this is absolutely amazing. A brand new player getting their hands on a helicopter, which is fairly fast. By the way, you can also land this helicopter on the agency when you hover over it. We can see I can press right on the D-pad and instantly land on the agency. So if you own any helicopter, it will be on top of the agency, and then you can very easily fly it wherever you need. And this is great. It makes getting into the agency super easy and life incredibly fun. And here's the best part about the agency helicopter. This is technically a personal helicopter. You can bring your agency helicopter inside of the hangar, as we can see right here. And that means you get a free $2 million helicopter that you can now call out through the interaction menu whenever you want. All you have to do is go to Manage Vehicles, and you can scroll through the list and call it out. Now, there's no real customization for it apart from the color scheme, but still, the fact that you can do this is crazy. Then we arrive to how you earn money with this property, and there are actually 4 different ways to earn a boatload of cash. Let's start off with the most basic of them all, and that is security contracts. Every single player has probably done a security contract that owns the agency. These are your stock standard missions. It'll say, you know, you got to go recover valuables, you grab a safe key, and you bring them back over to the building. So we can see here we got our security contracts. We got liquidize assets, asset protection, and gang termination. Gang termination is super easy. You have to just kill a bunch of people. That's it. Congrats. You've completed the mission. When you have completed 200 of these missions, you will be able to earn $20,000 of passive income every 48 minutes inside of your wall safe. We can see right now that I have 250 grand in my wall safe, and all I have to do is walk up to it and claim it. Now, if you have GTA Plus, you can just go on your phone, click on the Vinewood app, and boom, claim it just like that as well, never even having to step foot in your agency. The way it works is every, I think it's 5 security contracts you complete is $200 in passive income, and that stacks and stacks and stacks until you've completed 200 of them, and then you are now earning $20,000. It's either $500 in passive income every 5 you complete or 200, but either way, once you complete 200 of them, you're at the maximum total of 20,000 every 48 minutes. The crazy part is, unlike other businesses, this income never goes down. You don't have to keep popularity up like the nightclub. You don't have to grab vehicles in your tow truck like the salvage yard. It is just a permanent $20,000 forever. And what's crazy is you also get paid very well to do the security contracts. So in general, this is just an insane way of earning money with almost no downsides. I can tell you, just alone with passive income, I've earned millions with my agency. This next trick is actually going to blow your mind. And the reason why is because it completely removes the agency's cooldown for contracts. We can see I have just completed a security contract. And for me to start another one, it says there's a short delay before you can accept another security contract. But here's the deal. If I go to the online tab and you see where it says quit to main menu. If I quit to the main menu, game's going to take about 15-ish seconds to load me to the main menu. Then after it loads me here, all I need to do is swap over to the story mode tab, go back into an invite only lobby, And when I get back into GTA, there will no longer be a cooldown for the security contract. Normally, there is a 4-minute cooldown before you can start another payphone hit. This will take you on average around a minute to a minute and 30 seconds. So pause the game, go to play online, invite only session, and now it's going to load me back into GTA Online. And what's great is that when loading into an invite only session, it only takes like 15 seconds to load back in the GTA. So we can see the game is on black screen. And now I'm already in an online lobby. And now it just needs to do the swoop down animation. As we can see, it's doing that right now. There you go. We're in a session, just like that. So now if I were to hop on to my computer, you're going to see that I don't need to do anything. So let's do that right now. Also, sorry if it's a little laggy. I have a video rendering in the background, so it's kind of eating up a lot of my computer's performance. But here we go. Run down the stairs, come over here, and there we are at the desk. I don't want to put any edits in the video, just because then you might think I, like, you know, cheated. But if we hop back onto our computer, and we go right to the security contract pages, you can see there's no longer a cooldown. I can start one up as soon as I want, which is super, super nice. The next way of earning money is payphone hits. These are super simple and pay you $45,000 upon completion. Your average payphone hit should take you like 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how fast you are. And they're great. You can do a payphone hit once every 10 minutes. All you got to do, call Franklin on your phone. You'll be listed in the contacts list. Then a phone is going to pop up on your map with a little blue icon. Walk up to the phone, answer it. Franklin's going to tell you what to do. You can skip it as well if you've already done your first one. And then you just have to complete the objective. There will also be a bonus objective, which will earn you the $30,000 payment. And boom, once you've completed the payphone hit, you've earned $45,000. It's a great way to earn money, especially if you're waiting for a cooldown on a business that might only be a couple minutes. Boom, call Franklin, quick payphone hit, and then go back to the business and continue what you were doing. And then we arrive to the final way of earning money, and that is the Dr. Dre VIP contract. This is definitely your biggest money maker when it comes to the agency, and it's the third best way of earning money in the game, period, when you compare it to the Cayo Perico heist and the Mackenzie Field hangar, which was just added into the game. And while the Mackenzie Field hangar may earn more money, it's the only thing that the business has going for it. It doesn't have any garage slots. It doesn't have any amenities. That's it. You can just earn good money. So the agency is still definitely leagues above everywhere else. So for about an hour and 20-ish minutes of work with the agency, you can earn $1 million. That's a lot of money. Plus, there's only a 48-minute cooldown before you can start up the VIP contract once again. It's definitely a little challenging for a first-time player, but they're not too bad, especially if you get your hands on weaponized vehicles like the Vigilante. It makes completing any of the more challenging missions an absolute breeze. And then that brings us to the final way that the agency is able to be utilized very well, and that is the armory, which is located all the way in the top of your agency. So you got to go all the way over here, and then you got to walk up to the top level. It can be a little bit of a pain to go to the armory, but we can see here we got this dude sitting in the little corner. And if we walk inside of the armory and up to him, you can see we got a bunch of different things we can do. So we got all these different weapons you can get your hands on. Basically, every single weapon in the game. I want to get the Navy revolver, boom, now I have a Navy revolver. I want to get the Perico pistol, boom, now I've got that. When I get the ceramic pistol, the armory basically allows you to mess around with any single weapon in the game, which is obviously super nice. You can upgrade your Mark II weapons here, if I'm not mistaken. You can buy also armor here, which is really nice. You can set your spawn location here, purchase all the super heavy armor you need in the game, which is absolutely incredible. In general, the armory is amazing. You can browse gear, so if you want to get night vision, you want to get rebreathers, literally every single thing that you want in the game, you can get right here. You can also mess out with your weapon loadouts. You can choose your custom loadouts. I mean, it's kind of wild what the armory has going for it, and I don't know what else to say. This business has everything. It has a Mark II workshop. It has customization out the frickin' wazoo. It has insane ways to earn money. It has Imani Tech vehicles. Honestly, this is probably the best update that Rockstar ever added into Grand Theft Auto Online. You guys can let me know what you personally think, but yeah, I just think the agency is so good. I have earned honestly hundreds of millions with this business throughout the years, and I would recommend that you grind it as well, especially a fun breath of fresh air, apart from, you know, spamming the Cayo Perico heist. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye!